So, friends, here's a Christian view on the current situation with Iran, Trump, and Netanyahu.
A position of strength. But think about after that war. A whole different world then. So, you say, what you think is happening? Well, I think Trump is the trigger. Yeah, it's God's plan for him. I believe after that war, the rapture will happen. But it's going to put the Israelis in a position to dictate where the temple will be built. And it will be built. It has to be built. This is an impossibility now that will be very much a possibility then. Because there's an open space north of the mosque. And many Bible prophecy teachers now believe, and I'm one of them, that the temple will be built on the other side of Temple Mount. But this is not possible now because they're not in a position of strength. But think about after that war. A whole different world then. So you say, what you think is happening? Well, I think Trump is the trigger. Yeah, it's God's plan for him to be president, no doubt. But it's going to bring the prophetic into a place of incredible speed. And he's very unpredictable. I had two dreams. And I saw scissors thrown at him. Twice. I believe I know what that means. No, I'm not going to tell you. It's not right for me to tell you because the Lord just told me not to say. But it's serious. We got to pray for the man. And the thing that is, the prophet, look, what God said will happen, nothing will change it. But how it happens is important. The end result will come. But how was going to get there? Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm seeing something for the church very exciting. And please pay attention to this, because this is going to change a whole lot of things in your own life. I see three things happening in Israel that are happening real fast. I see revival among the rabbinical groups, meaning revival in the church. I see nations realigning, some for, some against Israel, which means judgment is coming upon those nations, and possibly people who are standing against God's plan for the people of Israel. Then I see this amazing discovery of oil and the technological explosions happening in Israel today. The new discoveries scientifically, medical science especially, that's going to change the face of medical science on earth. Get ready, people. They are bringing about new things today on the scene that will be reality within the next 5 years that the Israelis are working on with some incredible new medical, may I tell you? Diabetes will be something of the past. No, they have just come up with a special release of certain mushrooms that will eliminate diabetes in people's bodies. In Galilee, of all places. It's mind-boggling what's going on. They are working on incredible medical breakthroughs. I've got to, I was going to do it tonight, but I really didn't want to spend more time. I want to show you a 20-minute video on this that will have you mesmerized by the technology, by the new discoveries in Israel in medical breakthrough. Think about a small pill that you swallow. That's a camera. It will tell doctors what's wrong with you on the inside. Think about the elimination of certain cancers that now they have proven they can do. It's incredible stuff, guys. And I don't want
Or is it related to the mark of the beast? I don't know.
to deal with this now, but it's very exciting for the church. You say why? Because it means prosperity is coming. When you see these breakthroughs with Israel in the area of medical science and space technology, it's like it messes your head. Think about satellites the size of boxes going up into space, covering the whole world with Wi-Fi. That's coming from the Israelis. It's really going to change the face of the world.
When was this?
And today they're on the verge of becoming the wealthiest nation on earth.
3 weeks ago.
Because of the oil, the gas. I don't like the name they're calling the gas, but it doesn't matter.
Leviathan. And it's not theirs. It belongs to Lebanon and the people of Lebanon, whom Israel is murdering. So what's with this pastor? Has he since sold out to Israel? Am I on the wrong side of this? Is my thinking off? Because it seems like he's helping to usher in the mark and the transhumanism. I'm not going to let them ever put some kind of pill robot camera inside my body willingly. No, thank you. I don't think that's a good idea. They already can put cameras inside of our bodies in other ways, and they can, and the whole space talk, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. People say that the firmament broke. It was like an ice wall, shield, dome. I don't think that there's any reason to believe that the firmament, even if water came out, God put the firmament back. You know, I just don't know what to think about the space talk. I'm just getting red flags from this guy now. He wasn't making sense, but this newer stuff, this isn't really making sense to me. This just sounds like pro-Israel rhetoric. He sounds like a Zionist. So that's not Jesus first. I don't know what that means. I don't know what's going on anymore.
That will translate into actions in the church. Revival, judgment, prosperity, in that order. And God is going to bring revival, in my opinion, in America, young people. I don't believe revival is coming to America. I believe revival is coming to the church in America. You say, why do you say that? Because Bill Bright on his deathbed told me it's too late. A man of God that I trust knows God's voice. When I went to see Dr. Bright, he was my very dear friend secretly. In fact, he preached for me in OCC, and Ellen remembers. I used to meet with him once a month for lunch. And I went to see him on his deathbed with his wife, Vonette, and Paul Goulet from Las Vegas. Never forget that. And I leaned over, I said, Dr. Bright, will God send revival to America? He could hardly breathe. He said, too late. It's too late. And he was dead in days after that. And he was right. It is too late, because America has rejected God. But the church in America is going to have mighty signs and wonders. And let me tell you, leading that move are young people. That's why I'm glad I'm going up to Bethel. And I'm going to preach in the garage soon. I'm going to the garage. Did you hear that? It's called the garage. With hundreds of young people, they call their meeting the garage down here in Los Angeles. I'm so ecstatic about this. Yeah! Sorry, I had to wake you up. Can we give God a shout? Wait. No, wait. When I say three, you shout. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Hey, listen, exciting days are ahead for all of us. But we're going to see revival. And we are going to see nations judged. And we will see prosperity in the church on a scale unseen before. Now, you cannot be trusted with it unless you are a giver. Amen. Can I have an envelope from somebody, please? Somebody give me an offering envelope. This counts with God because when God sees you, He puts your name on a special list. Seriously, I'm talking to you. Now tonight, I'm going to give everybody an envelope, not only for an offering. I want you to let me know on the envelope that you're going to come back New Year's Eve. We're going to have, quickly so I don't forget, New Year's Eve in the studio, a very special communion service. Because next year is going to be explosive, prophetically. And I don't want to enter the year without the presence of Jesus with us. So, New Year's Eve, we're going to have music. We're going to have people behind me, worshipers. We're going to have people come and minister. It's going to be better than Good Friday, I promise you. And we're going to have candlelight, by the way. It's going to be beautiful. It'll be packed in here. And we're going to go worldwide. And I'm going to minister and have others with me, not just me. Because I want to believe God that 2017 will be the year that God will move through you with power. And things already are in place in many of our lives, my life included. Everything is getting ready for something incredible in 2017. I've had a number of words already from different people, very powerful people in the Lord, who told me what the Lord had told them, lining up with everything I know in my heart that's coming to me personally in 2017. Very, very exciting. Yeah! Very exciting. I'm sorry, I can't contain myself. I'm trying to behave. Thank you, Jesus! I said, thank you, Jesus! It's very exciting when the Lord shows you stuff that you know is coming and you can hardly wait for it. I'm sorry, I really am going to come down and behave myself. But the Lord is going to bless us. But the one thing you have to do, and you have to do quickly, is start being a big giver. Jim, because it will matter with God on that day. It will matter with Him. When He looks at you and says, can I trust them with more wealth to become a vehicle of blessing the nations? Or are they greedy to where I cannot use them? A faithful man will abound with blessings. I'm going to have every one of you take an envelope tonight, whether you give or not give, because I want to know if you're going to come back New Year's Eve, so we don't have to call you again. Well, maybe I'll still call you to remind you. How many want to come back New Year's Eve for a very special, holy, communion, powerful service with great worship that will take us to the heavenlies? Now, that is coming New Year's Eve. But before New Year's Eve, I want you to give tonight to the Lord. And I'm going to ask you to give a special amount. You say, well, why are you doing that? Because, I believe it stirs faith. I believe it causes people to cause their faith to get into a new place in God, where God can bless you. I don't want anyone to leave tonight without obeying the Lord. Because we are coming, we may be days away, weeks away, but I don't think years away from that moment when the prosperity that God has promised will come our way. Because okay, Greg, I'll paint you a picture right now. Let's suppose next week an attack happens in this country. That could happen very easily. For them to declare, these radicals to declare, we're not going to let you people start the new year right. Every attack is usually planned around the new year, because that's their plan. Why would they do what they just did in Europe? Because it's the end of the year. They want to make sure you remember they're there. And it could be that the new year will begin with something horrible happening with terrorism. What would happen if it happened here, God forbid? This nation will be screaming for, somebody help me. What do I do? You could be launched out into a place of ministry, but you better be prepared. God could move like that without giving you any warning that you're needed for service. You're needed for duty. Well, you better be ready. And the Bible tells us that to be ready at all times, because we don't know what's coming next.